It is.
All right, we're going to go ahead and call to order the regular meeting of the Oakdale City Council, August 26, 2025. Sarah, will you please take the roll?
Councilmember Moore? Here. Councilmember Morcomb?
Here.
Councilmember Severson?
Here.
Mayor Zabel?
Here, please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All righty. First up, approval of our agenda. Can I get a motion to approve the agenda as presented?
So moved.
There's a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And the agenda is adopted. Approval of minutes, 3 sets tonight. First up, workshop meeting minutes from August 12th. Any changes or corrections? I'll look for motion.
So moved.
There's a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And those meeting minutes are approved. Let's move on to regular meeting minutes, also from August 12th, 2025. Anything here? I'll look for motion.
So moved.
There's a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And regular meeting minutes from August 12th are approved. Last set are from our special workshop on August 13th, 2025. Anything here? I'll look for motion.
So moved.
There's a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And that last set is adopted as well. Next up is public hearings. We don't have any scheduled for tonight, so we will move into open forum. Before we get to that, I have 2 proclamations that I am issuing. One recognizing Building and Code Professional Appreciation Day, and as well as Suicide Prevention Awareness Month. So the first one, first proclamation says, whereas building and code professionals ensure that all aspects of building code administration, code enforcement, rental housing licensing, and other duties are performed in a timely professional manner. And whereas building and code professionals devote countless hours keeping up with regulation changes that affect the building and code enforcement industries. And whereas building and code professionals are primarily out in the field, where they can encounter rough terrain, heights, depths, narrow spaces, construction equipment activities, unfavorable weather conditions, irate persons, canines, and other potential hazards. And whereas despite hazards, building and code professionals are fully dedicated to ensuring that buildings are built safe, strong, and secure, and remain safe, strong, and secure. And whereas the City of Oakdale strongly supports the skilled work of its building and code professionals. Therefore, I, Kevin Zabel, Mayor of Oakdale, Minnesota, do hereby proclaim September 1st as Building and Code Professional Appreciation Day in the City of Oakdale. I know I speak for all of my colleagues when we offer a very big thank you to Greg Brady and his entire team. With all of the development and everything going on in our community the last few years, they have been unbelievably busy. And then you add in hailstorms that seem to go through every summer and take out roofs and siding. They handle that, as well as just all code enforcement matters in our city. So they work very hard to keep our community safe and clean, and we really appreciate the work that they do. The second proclamation tonight is recognizing Suicide Prevention Awareness Month. Suicide is a national public health challenge that causes immeasurable pain among individuals, families, and communities across the country. And whereas more than 800 lives are lost in Minnesota each year. And whereas suicide is a top leading cause of death for people ages 10 to 24. And whereas on average, 135 Americans die by suicide each day and over 1.5 million attempt suicide each year. And whereas public awareness of this tragic problem is key to preventing further suffering and loss of life. And whereas the risk for suicide can be reduced through awareness, education, and treatment. And whereas everyone in the community can play a role in preventing suicide and they are encouraged to know the signs, find the words, and reach out. And whereas depression is a treatable illness, and approximately 80% of people who seek help for depression experience improvement when treated with therapy and or medication. And whereas support is available by calling the National Suicide and Crisis Lifeline at 988 or 1-800-273-8255, or by texting HOME to the crisis text line 741-741. Therefore, I, Kevin Zabel, Mayor of Oakdale, Minnesota, hereby proclaim September as Suicide Prevention Awareness Month in the City of Oakdale. We are still under open forum, so this is an opportunity for anybody that's joining us in the audience tonight. If you would like to step up to the podium and share whatever's on your mind, please feel free to do so. All that we ask are that you try to keep your comments to 3 minutes or so. Seeing none, we'll keep things moving and move into consensus motions. Short list tonight, only 3 of them. Council members, should we pull all 3 for individual consideration?
No.
Anybody want to pull any of them? All right, can I get a motion to approve?
I will move that we approve consensus motions as presented.
There's a motion, is there a second?
Second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And those motions are adopted. Next up, we will check in with our advisory boards and commissions. First up was EMC. Unfortunately, I could not be at their meeting last week. Yeah, early last week. But I do know that they are starting to have early conversations about their 2026 work plan, thinking about what they want to be doing there, as well as gearing up for events like our citywide event cleanup, which is happening next month. So they are always busy, that's for sure. Parks and Rec also met last week. Councilmember Morcomb, what are they up to?
Yeah, we had a great meeting. It was exciting. First meeting up in the Hadley Room upstairs, so more of a workshop setting. And we still encourage the public, obviously, to come to all the commission meetings, provide your feedback. But we were able to review initial concepts for a new park that will be going in on the south end of town. What do we call it exactly? I'm trying to think of Helmo Station for now as a placeholder. But yeah, as a part of the development taking place, there's funding about that, and the commission gave a lot of really good feedback. It's amazing how many commission members were able to ask young children what they thought and how many opinions kids have, especially relating to swings. Kids love swings, my kids too. So it was a good meeting, and I had a lot of good feedback, and we're excited for more conversations as we develop our parks.
Adults like swings too. Just
I know.
don't cut us out of the fun. Jeez. All righty. No meeting for planning, no meeting for tree board. All right, award of bids, nothing. So let's move into staff reports. Finance, ooh, bond sale. Always exciting. Christina, welcome.
Thank
Would you walk us through this, please?
Yes, Mayor and Council, we're here tonight to present the results of the 2025A bond sale. Michaela Hewitt from Baker Tilly is here. I will hit some of the high points in background and then give her an opportunity to dive into some more details with you. But just as a reminder, there were 4 projects that were covered in the 2025A bond sale. It was the 2025 street reconstruction project, the remaining portion that needed to be funded for the Public Works facility, Willowbrooke Park, neighborhood parks north and west, as well as the Willowbrooke trails. In addition, we did have another rating call with Moody's this year, and I have to thank Director Gitzloff and Finance Department staff and Administrator Volkers. We had that rating call just in the midst of all of our budget preparation work this year, and so it was kind of a double whammy, but happy to report that we retained our AA1 bond rating, which helped us when we went to sale day on August 11th. The results of the sale did meet all the parameters that the council had set for us in July. The issuance was $11,060,000. We got an interest rate of 4.02%, and the maturity date is February 1st of 2053. And so you can see in your packet as well kind of how the split of all of those funds are laid out. Improvement bonds are streets, the tax abatement bonds are for the parks projects that we had the public hearing on in July, and then sales tax and CIP bonds for Public Works facility and perhaps City Hall as well. So with that, I will turn it over to Michaela, and then we'd be happy to take any questions that you guys have.
Okay, thank you. Michaela, welcome.
Thank you. Good afternoon, or evening, Mayor, members of the council. Just a few additional highlights from what Christina had shared with you regarding the results of this year's bond sale. The city did receive 8 bids, so the bonds were very competitive and good success on the day of the sale. The range of the rates were also very competitive, between 4.003 to 4.19%, so a very small spread between the winning bid and the 8th bid, and again reflective of the competitive market. The winning bid was Raymond James and Associates. One other highlight, there were 4 purposes of the bonds, and they all had varying terms of maturities. The improvement street portion in the CIP was a 10-year term. The abatement was a 15-year term. And then the sales tax, maximizing the collection of sales tax up to 27 years, which is why the final maturity is 2/1/53. On the interest rates itself, the prior month, when we were running estimates, we were looking at about 4.273%. The week before the sale, we were looking at about 4.228%. So the winning bid at 4.02 with the resizing is slightly less than what we were expecting, but within the range. As Christina mentioned, as part of it was the annual rating review. Because of the timing from the issuance of last fall in November of 2024 and where we are looking at today, it wasn't a full-blown credit release, but it was more of a press release providing the results of the city's credit, which again affirmed the AA1 for the city, as well as the bond issue, as well as outstanding debt. So all in all, I think it was a favorable sale result with the number of bids, the expected interest rate, and then the maintaining of the city's credit rating. So with that, I'd be happy to answer any questions that you may have related to the issuance or the process.
Council members, any questions for Michaela or Christina?
No questions.
Chris, would you like to add anything?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Mayor. As I say every year, but I mean it every year, this was a great issuance. The 20 basis points less than we estimated when we had adjusted down the previous week was pretty impressive, frankly. The terms were all over the place, so, a bidder had to really look at this offering, and City of Oakdale is favorable. It's important to note that, this is really about all of you who set the policy and set the direction for the city, and then all the finance staff and the staff that follow your direction. And the fact that we are able to maintain our good reputation. Moody's did another rating, kept the good rating for us. Very proud of that. And I think a lot of people we owe a lot of people a thank you for their efforts, including the council here and all the staff. So thank you, good job. And this will benefit taxpayers for 30 years because the bonds go on and we got a really good competitive rate. So we're able to do those projects, so thank you.
Thank you, Chris. All righty, no action on this, so results shared. Thank you.
Thank you.
Public Works, we have one item from them tonight. Mr. Teets, welcome.
Hello, Mayor, Council. Happy to report here some other positive news on the finance side of things. The Public Works Department applied for a community tree planting grant that's administered by the Metropolitan Council that's really aimed to support municipal agencies impacted by trees lost for pest and disease. Through the grant, it does ensure funding is used for removal and replacement of ash trees that pose a significant risk to public safety and are located in census block groups. So through the application, the city submitted a request to cover costs to remove 109 trees from census blocks identified with high supplemental demographic index. And for those that are interested in knowing what that is, that's calculated off an average of 5 factors, one being the percent of low income or homes at or below 2 times the federal poverty level, percent of the portion of the population that is unemployed, the percent of the population who have not completed high school, percent of the population or people in households with limited English proficiency, and an indicator of lower average than life expectancy for these areas. So through that, we identified 109 trees that we would propose to remove from those areas, and then an additional 5 trees from census blocks identified with elevated land surface temperatures. And that means developed areas like cities that have higher temperature levels than compared to those in rural areas. On August 11th, 2025, we're happy to report that the city was informed that Metropolitan Council has awarded the city tree planting grant to the city of Oakdale in the amount of $174,543, which that'll be a various breakdowns of supplies, equipment, labor, and then we will be doing some contracting work for that stuff. The tree grant does require very specific provisions that's followed through that. Planting trees may take place without tree removal. The tree removal conducted on streets and in manicured parks must meet a minimum of 1 tree planted for each tree removed. Removals conducted in parks and woodlands must incorporate planting and replanting at a meaningful rate. Removals need to be considered a necessary component for replanting. Removals in woodlands need to mitigate public safety concerns or address degraded ecosystems, and removals must meet a minimum of 1 tree planted for 5 trees removed. So collectively, through the approval of the Metropolitan Council's grant application in the amount of the $174,543 will be utilized, as mentioned previously, through a combination of contractor work and operational expenses. The expenses must be expended by June 30th of 2027, and the important note here is that there's no local match required for that. So with that, happy to stand for any other questions.
Council members, any questions for Corey?
I do. Just to remind me, this is on public lands only?
Yes.
Any other questions?
I'm just curious, how much of our total ash tree population is this going to address?
It's a pretty small amount.
Is it?
It's a pretty small amount. We're looking at 114 trees, and we're easily around a couple thousand trees yet to go. So, but everyone counts. Everyone helps.
Thank you.
And it builds on a lot of great work that's already been done. A handful of years ago, we had another 6-figure grant that addressed a ton of trees at the nature preserve. Like Corey said, every little bit helps. Also, we've treated a number of trees. Mm-hmm. How long that holds on, we will see. Maybe indefinitely, we don't know. But it's 114 trees that are coming down and new ones going up that we didn't have to put on our property taxpayers. And just one other comment I would make, this is a highly competitive grant. I want to say a big thank you to Public Works. There were 14 grantees that received money out of 30 applications received. Cities, counties, all different sizes, all different scopes. There's never enough money to go around for all of the needs, but we are incredibly fortunate to get this. So a big thank you to Public Works and all staff that worked on this application. Also a thank you to the Met Council. More money becomes available, which is great, and we'll continue to go after this, but this does make a pretty big impact in those 3 tracks, those census tracts in our community. So, council members, can I get a motion?
I would like to waive reading and adopt Resolution 2025-81, accepting the 2025 Community Tree Planting Grant in the amount of $174,543 from the Met Council to the City of Oakdale.
There's a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion and a second. Final comments. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And Resolution 2025-81 is adopted. One more small action.
I move to authorize the city administrator to execute the community tree planting grant agreement.
There's a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion and a second. Any conversation? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And that authorization is given. Thank you. Thank you, Corey. City Attorney, Jim, anything for us tonight?
Mr. Mayor, members of council, nothing specific, but happy to answer questions.
I'm going to get that needle pointed on a pillow for you one of these days. After 8 years, I've lost count of how many times I've heard you say that. Anybody have any questions for Jim? All right. Chris, administrative report. Anything for us?
I feel like I need to switch up what I say.
Unless you want a needle-pointed pillow.
Yeah, I'm good, thanks. No, I do not have anything, but glad to answer any questions.
Council members, any questions for Chris? All right. Council presentations. Anybody want to go first?
None for me.
Nothing here.
I don't have one.
All righty. I got a bunch, as always.
We knew you would.
Always good for it. Staff keeps me well prepared. City offices will be closed on Monday, September 1st in observance of Labor Day. City facilities will reopen at 8 a.m. the following day. This is a great opportunity just to say a big thank you to all of our staff that provide such valuable labor in every corner of the city. God knows how many services. Our residents utilize them every day. We have the most fantastic team here in the city of Oakdale. I brag to mayors all over the metro. I will stack our team up against anybody's because the service, the level of customer service, the quality of service we provide here in Oakdale from our staff, our passionate, talented, experienced staff is bar none. So a big thank you to everybody here at the city of Oakdale. Enjoy your Labor Day. Go to the fair. It's the last chance. One of our most popular events of the year, Family Funflatables, will be held on Saturday, September 13th from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. at Walton Park. This free event will feature inflatables for the whole family to explore, including a bounce castle, obstacle course, and a giant slide. We will also have a kids DJ out there, and concessions will be available for purchase. So cross your fingers, hope for great weather, and we hope to see you there. Very excited for this one. Save the date. Our citywide cleanup event is back on Saturday, September 20th, from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. at Oakdale Public Works. Last year's event was a huge success. We gathered and disposed of more than 25 tons of unwanted items. This event is for Oakdale residents only. Please see the city website, oakdalemn.gov, for more information on items accepted as well as associated fees. We're so happy that we were able to bring this event back. Last year was the first time we had hosted it, I think, in 15 years. The response from our residents was overwhelming. Lines down Hadley, so many residents had a lot of stuff that needed to be disposed of. And this event is such a great opportunity to make sure it's disposed of properly, which is really, really important. So check your basements, check your garages, check your attics. Bring us your crap. We want it. We'll get rid of it for you. So, but be sure to check the city website to see if there's any fees associated with those items. Oakdale's photo contest is back, and we want to see your snapshots from every corner of our city. Photographers of all skill levels can submit photos by September 30th. All photos must be taken in Oakdale, and the contest is open to Oakdale residents only. To learn more and to submit your photos, visit oakdalemn.gov. We want to see your pictures. We use them on our Oakdale Update publication. I think even some of our artwork around City Hall here are some of the photos that have been submitted. We have some really talented photographers in this city, so we appreciate all photos that are sent to us because we like seeing how beautiful our city is from your perspectives as well. So send those on in by September 30th. The Oakdale Farmers Market continues every Wednesday from 2 to 6 p.m. in the City Hall parking lot through October 8th. That means there's just 7 markets left for the season. I think I saw on Facebook today that apples will be here tomorrow. How, right?
It's still the middle of summer.
Well, the pumpkin
Right?
spice latte is out now, so it's about that time of the year. So come on down, get some apples, get lots of great produce that our vendors still have available, and also check out all of our other vendors. Lots of stuff out there for everybody. Good luck to our local students, teachers, and support staff as they head back to school next week. We're just continuing with that theme. Summer's over, folks. But good luck to all of those students. Do we know, is Tartan done? Getting close? Tartan construction?
Done mostly,
Done?
I'm pretty sure.
How cool is that?
Yeah.
What a long road that has been, rehabbing and building new buildings throughout the entire district. So very cool. That Tartan was the last one. So we hope the students and teachers and staff support staff and enjoy those new digs. That's pretty cool. One last item. Councilmember Moore and I, as well as our city administrator Volkers, were at a ribbon cutting this morning. Washington County has a new Central Service and License Center located in Woodbury. You might have known that the License Bureau that used to be kind of attached to Woodbury City Hall closed down recently. I think that was always the plan. I think it is closed now.
It is closed.
And so this one opened today, which is pretty cool. This new location offers an expanded list of services beyond what was offered at the former service center, including licensing services, which they had previously. But they also have veteran services, workforce development services. They have a household medical drop box on site. We also have one here. Yeah, so you can just bring those to City Hall. Election services are there. You can talk to people about your property taxes. There's a public health clinic, families utilizing women, infants, and children WIC benefits. They have people there that can help you with those services. They have immunization services. Those will start early next month. It's a beautiful building. The county did such a phenomenal job bringing all of those critically needed services under one roof. We are incredibly fortunate to have it so close by. It is just at the end of the Gold Line BRT. So where the Woodland Lane Park and Ride is, it's just walking distance south of there. Their hours, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday are 8 to 5 p.m. On Tuesdays, they are open until 6 p.m. So we encourage our residents, check it out. Head on over there. There's a lot of staff that are going to be based there. They'll be able to help you with any county-based services that you need. So please head on over there and check out that new offering. Bills. We got bills. Claims roster, August 13th through August 26th, $2.349 million and change. Any we need to pull for additional information? No? All right. Who wants to make the motion?
I'll make a motion to approve claims as presented.
There is a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Bills are paid. How about a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
There's a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We are adjourned. Thank you and good night.